Okay, well, I may as well go on and do Lovecraft while I'm here. We starting off with the World War II scene, I guess. Black and white, but the explosions are in color. Okay, so you thought it was a normal war, and then, child, you see little Cthulhuettes, the octopus things, and flying saucers coming in. Is that a new moon? Child, is this even Earth? Because that looks like a whole new moon. Okay, now we got a red heifer coming down in a bikini from the flying saucer. Okay, so she's setting his ass up to get eaten. But then all of a sudden, a baseball player kills the giant Cthulhu monster that was gonna get him. It's giving me almost a Mars Attacks crazy tea. Wow, that monster don't stay down for too long. But now our hero wakes up on a bus. A bus or a taxi, I don't know. Oh Lord, now the bus breaking down. So not a pickup truck, but one of those big, like, pickup truck things. But you know, with the wooden slats on the side. I don't know what to call it, a truck. But that's gonna take everybody to the next town, and we see the driver of this truck's a little odd. So, of course, the black people aren't allowed on the truck, so they gonna walk to the next town. So it's our hero, what is his name? Atticus. Okay, they hadn't said his name yet. So it's Atticus and this nice old black lady, and they're walking, and he gonna help her with the bags. And so he tells her about, the crazy comic book that he's reading, which we opened with. Okay, now we're in Chicago. Why is Journey's husband so much older than her? So he said he gotta go on a trip, and she says, well, do you want me to go? I could do it for you. He don't want her to go because it's dangerous for a woman traveling alone, and he's right, especially back then. So her and her husband get to making love, and their daughter grossed out in the next room. Child, Atticus coming in through the fire escape. Damn, they couldn't even get to fucking good before he ruined the session. They all had to come out, oh, it's the nephew. So now we've got Atticus and his uncle at the Green Book store, and they're talking about the missing pappy. Oh, apparently the father wrote him about his mama. So the letter says that the past is a living thing and you can't forget about it. And he has a secret legacy from his mama's side of the family, a birthright. Earth. So the mama's from Arkham, Massachusetts in Lovecraft country. So now Atticus goes by a bar that's closing early for the block party, but the bartender's like, oh, it's Tick. Really? Atticus? I mean, I guess Atticus Tick could be, but I wouldn't want that as a nickname. That's just me. So he go to the back to see somebody else, catches him mid-coitus. So I guess that's how we find out he gay. The friend, not Atticus. And he's like, I ain't seen your daddy in 2 weeks. He said your dad left with some white man in an expensive car. Okay, now we got Journey at the block party and her sister's on stage singing. Okay, so they gonna sing together. So after the song, Journey wants to stay with her sister. She like, okay, I knew you wanted something. Child, she see Atticus running through with that shirt off. She like, who is that? Her sister said, okay, you got 2 nights. So now we're back with Atticus and his uncle, Courtney B. Vance, who's married to Journey, even though Journey was looking at him like, child, I might have to expand in this family tree. We find out that the uncle got jumped by some white people, and that's why he started putting out the Green Book. So now they're looking at a map, and I guess Courtney's daughter has been drawing monsters on it in different areas. So now he's looking for Artem, but they haven't heard of it in 200 years. But last mentioned it was somewhere around Devonshire, Massachusetts. So they gonna go look for the dad in Devon County. And the daughter done drawn a Grim Reaper over Devon County. So later that night, Atticus is on his way home, and while he's walking, we see that expensive silver car the daddy supposedly left in. So now he makes a call to South Korea since he's home. And some woman answers the phone, and he don't say nothing, and she like, Tick. She said, you went home. You shouldn't have. And then he slams the phone down. So the next day, Atticus runs into Journey. Aw, they hug as old friends. Oh, she's coming with them on the journey to find the pappy, but only part way, for now. Okay, now I'm confused. I thought I saw Courtney in bed with Journey. Didn't we see that? So who's this other woman that's now the daughter's mama? The daughter that drew the comic book? Am I lost? I'm a little lost, but we gonna keep it going. I mean, he kissed her on the neck like he wasn't just in bed with Journey in the last scene. So they're on their way and they decide to stop at a diner. So they get there, but the diner has a different name. And you know in this era, it could be an issue. Child, they walk in, them white people look like, what? Child, that look, I would have been like, nah, I'll just stay hungry. Where's the grocery store? Let me buy some bread ain't nobody fuck with. The server gives him a menu. He's just like, I don't know what to do. One of the customers just ran out. So Journey goes to the bathroom and she overhears the server on the phone with somebody saying there's 3 of them. He said, I swear I didn't serve them, not after what you did to Miss Lydia, so y'all gotta get on. Ha! Child! Atticus is looking around, he sees everything's painted white. He said, Uncle, why was the White House painted white? And he said, oh, to cover up the burn marks. Child, right when he's realizing something's going on, Journey runs out saying, come on, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh my God, they're shooting at them. Child, Journey is giving us race car tea right now. All right, Atticus is about to return fire because they done shot the windows out. Okay, now we see the silver car that came to get the dad while they're trying to get away from the races driving through a cornfield. And so they're both coming up on each other parallel and the roads are about to meet. So they're able to get in front of the silver car. Oh, and the silver car blocks the races and their truck goes flying. Child, they stop their car. They're like, whoa. Okay, and an interesting looking white woman gets out with a red hat on. And they're like, let's go. But y'all will meet again. So now we're at one of Courtney's friends' houses. And we're all laughing about the crash. And the friend says, well, what caused the crash? And they said, Letitia's driving. Now, hold on. Now, girl, you did save the day, but let's not act like that silver car didn't help. They ain't bringing up that silver car, though. They're leaving that alone. Fascinating. So now we're talking about the town that they head into, Devon, Massachusetts, named after the place that they had the last witch trial. So the town was apparently founded by witch hunters, and they don't like outsiders. Oh, and there's been stories of people being attacked by grizzlies, wolves, who knows, and random missing persons. And the current sheriff is Eustace Hunt, an ex-Marine. Oh, Lord, he got a huge NAACP complaint file. Ardham, however, was settled around the same time as Bideford. But there's nobody that's answering and there's no information on Ardham. We just know it's there, but we don't know who started it. So they're going to look for the property records to figure out what's going on with Ardham. Now Courtney calling his daughter, talking about her comic book. So wait, now Courtney want to bring his wife on the guy trip. Wasn't he in bed with Journey? Did I not see that? I'm going to have to rewind and check, but I'm going to check at the end of the episode because I'm like, wait, but you was in bed with a whole other one. I mean, I know you. Okay. People are complicated and so are relationships. Yeah, she was in bed with George Freeman because that's the name that he said earlier. I don't have to rewind. I ain't crazy. So we got aliens. You know, I think Journey gonna fall for Atticus. This is a whole lot. All right, so now Journey is arguing with Courtney about money. Okay, or maybe she's arguing with the friend that they staying with, but it's about missing mama's funeral, sending money. They didn't shoot this well. I can't see who she arguing with. We got too many new characters. Come on now, help us. Help us keep track. Yeah, I guess that friend must be her brother because they arguing about they mama. Courtney come out to see Atticus while they hiding from the mess on the porch. Now Atticus talking to Courtney about his father and the fact that they also had a disagreement about him going into the army. And he never wrote him. Didn't send one letter till he needed help. So now we find out that the father and the Courtney grew up with an abusive parent themselves. And the father got the brunt of it. And Atticus said, well, Courtney, shit, you want to regret not protecting my father? You could have protected me from the same abuse. You was older and wiser. But you let me get my ass whooped on the regular. So the next day they leave. And they head to Devon County. So child, now they can't find Ardham. Driving in circles, T. Looking for a bridge. So Atticus is like, pull over, let me look for it. Maybe it's overgrown. So Letitia goes outside to help Atticus look. And they hear something in the woods. Oh, Lord, is this a police car coming up behind them? So the police tell everybody to get to the back of the vehicle. But the cop tell them, y'all better get out of town before sundown. So the cop literally chases them out of town, but they make it just in time. Oh, Lord, and now they run into another damn cop blockade. So now these police are walking them through the woods. Atticus realizes, oh, this is Sheriff Hunt, the issue. And Sheriff Hunt's like, how do you know my name? Because you're an ass and you're famous for it. Uh-oh, but they in the woods, and right when they like, answer me, you hear the rustling. Child, that rustling gonna get them. I'm ready to see it. I would like to see it. You hear this? I hear, I'm out. See, that's what happens when you racist. You too worried about other shit, not saving your own ass. Oh! Yep, something jump out, child, a policeman arm just go flying. Shit. So Atticus tell his group to run. Him and Journey get up, but you know Courtney got them bad knees, so he fall down. Child, this is giving a Jurassic Park running from a raptor T. So Atticus and Journey find a house and they hole up. He said, where's Uncle George? She said, get in here. Guess the dick wasn't that good. Child, they, now the cops are like, open the door. Atticus and Journey like, you stay your ass, baby, eat. You need to get eat. Okay, so now we got the sheriff with his arm blown off screaming, close the door, so his ass ain't human. Lord, now Uncle Courtney walking through the woods with a flashlight. Come on, dude. That monster looking at him. Now they're opening the door for Uncle George. Okay, but now the monster here. So Courtney has figured out that the light hurts the monsters. That's why they didn't attack him just with that flashlight. I guess all them eyes fuck him up. So the cop's like, Atticus, you ain't going. You might leave us behind. We gonna send Letty. She said, baby, you need your glasses to drive at night anyway, boo. I'ma go. Wait, we sent Letitia out there without a flashlight? The fuck? We just sent her just running in the dark. Okay. Plot hole. I'm sorry. They could have had her as the flashlight. Okay, well, apparently the sheriff doesn't have his arm totally torn off, but he got a big gaping wound and now he's starting to cough because, you know, he's probably dying and I'm ready to see you go. Oh, maybe that bite did something to him. Remember what a bite did to you in Cloverfield? We've got a bite! I love Cloverfield. Cloverfield 2, not so much. The Cloverfield Paradox. I mean, it was, I guess, it wasn't terrible, but it's just, it was so far removed from the original. And this is definitely a Cloverfield 2. So Journey done made it to the car. Meanwhile, the sheriff is turning into one of them things. Courtney tells the other cop, you need to shoot him. He had to talk about the you. You need to shoot him. You need to shoot him. Yep, the second Journey turned the light on, that thing started burrowing and digging. Child, and he don't shoot him in time, so he get 8. He get 8, and he needed to get 8. I'm glad he got 8. I like to see it. So Atticus grabs the gun to shoot him, only had 1 round in it, and that didn't do much, but fortunately Journey drives the car right on into the house with the lights on. But now where the hell is Uncle George? Okay, they found him, but he's unconscious, so they put him in front of the headlights. But they are surrounded by these things. They've started using the flares from the car. So right when it looks like all hope is lost, suddenly you hear this whistle tone, and it's like the monsters have been called home. And they all just disappear. The next morning, everybody walking. So as they're walking, they find the covered bridge that leads them to Artem. And the episode ends with them walking up to this like pretty big house, churchy, old mansion dealy. And that is Autumn. Oh, and there's that silver car. And of course, this man opens the door. We've been expecting you, Mr. Freeman. Welcome home. All right. Well, that, I am here for every minute. Can't wait for the rest of the season. And I'll see you. I don't even know what I'm going to review after that. That was like, it gave a mini movie tea. You know what? I like an hour-long mini movie. Like, I don't need to. Give me one. Like, honestly, though, I could do another hour of this. I could do a second episode right now. I could. And you know my impatient ass, so that's saying something. But that was real good. What y'all think? Let me know down in the comments.